Now, I know the last thing you need is a list of things you should be doing this spring, but here's 5 things that you should do in your garden this weekend that'll not only leave it looking fantastic, it might even save you some money. First, if you're weed and feeding your lawn, turn the hose onto the lowest possible pressure before starting. Do not spray on a very windy day. Mist from this herbicide landing on any plants will set them back for the rest of the year and maybe even kill some. Weed and feed is a clever creation, but avoid using it unless you absolutely have to. Roses are without doubt the most rewarding of all garden plants if you do the right thing with them. And now you have to feed them. But you don't use any old plant food, use a specialist plant food like this. Now this Black Marvel stimulates great flowering, absolutely beautiful growth when it comes to foliage, and the flowers are bigger and even have better fragrance. But more importantly, when you feed with this, because of the iron in there, it strengthens the stems on the leaves of the plants. Now what this does is it stops insects getting in, so you don't have any problems with those pesky old aphids. Weed control in garden beds is something very important to us. Recently, some older episodes of the Garden Gurus have been aired showing us using glyphosate. It's a standard go-to when it comes to weed control in the past. It's been reported recently that this chemical is being found in bread in minute quantities in the UK, and there may be health ramifications for humans if this is true. You won't see us use it on the show anymore, and we've reverted to some natural controls that are very effective against the majority of weeds. This one from Rich Grow is a classic example. It smells just like salt and vinegar and burns off most weeds at the soil surface. I know we're talking about feeding the garden a lot this time of the year, but it's really important that you do give your garden a feed. And if you've not used rock minerals before, these are absolutely fabulous. A really natural way to basically feed your garden over a long, slow period of time. These are rich in all of those micronutrients, and by just scratching them into the soil surface, the microbes break them down over years, to be quite honest, and this supplies all the basic mineral nutrients that your plants need, makes them tougher and stronger and able to resist pest and disease attack, and it improves the quality of the produce that you're getting. So it's not a bad idea to be throwing this down this time of the year. My last tip is, if you want to save some money, split, divide and replant your favourite clumping or running plants. It's a pretty simple process. Lift the plant, break it up and replant the divided plants into the ground. In this case, my raspberries moved out of the garden bed, and it's time to lift these canes and pop them into a new home. Get a load of these. Now look, if you want to save some money, maybe make some money, you know, a cane like that's going to cost you about 20 bucks down the local garden centre. But in a very short period of time, this is going to turn into a wonderful raspberry hedge and provide us with the most fantastic fruit. There's 5 things you should be doing this weekend to keep your garden looking great.